Many years ago, they asked the Chazon Ish, how is the next generation going to be successful in Yiras Shamayim? And the Chazon Ish said, Sipurei Tzadikim, say over stories of Tzadikim, Talmidei Chachamim, and that's going to keep the next generation alive and successful and vibrant in Yiddishkeit. So Rabbi said that he heard this from the Chazon Ish, maybe even heard from the Chazon Ish, and he said, but it doesn't seem to be working, and it bothered him. Until one Friday night, he was by someone's house, and the family did mamish like the Chazon Ish. Right before Kiddush, they took out a book from the Chafetz Chaim. They read a story, and after the story, they said, "Wow, that was the Chafetz Chaim." Closed the book, and they went on to Kiddush. So Rabbi said, "You see, that answered all my kashas. When you open up a story from the Chafetz Chaim, and you say, well, that was an amazing story, but that was the Chafetz Chaim. That's not speaking to us." So I want to add, I think, a small tidbit to this point. I think there's a deeper reason why it's not really successful. And the reason is because I don't believe the Chazon Ish, even the Sefer on the Chazon Ish, is written very similar to every other story of a tzaddik. And that is, from the beginning of birth until the end of their lives, it's a perfected life. And I remember I was once reading a sefer, a book, again, a biography about a very chashuv, I'm not going to mention the name, even though this could apply to anyone. And after reading page after page of his tzidkus and his kindness and his amazing midos, and he never got angry and he never had a fight with his wife, and I said to myself, I got disheartened. I said, then it's impossible. How's it speaking to everyone else? And I was in my head, I was like, what? He never walked down the road and thought a negative thought once in his life? So how does this pertain to what connection does this have to this week's parasha? You think about Moshe Rabeinu, the father of Nevuah. Moshe Rabeinu, was he born a genius? Did he also come out of the stomach with a shas in his hand, right? A disc with everything already that he knows? So the answer to this question is not a simple answer, but years ago, I remember I heard a shmuz once, and my Rabbi said, listen, the shmuz was based on the following. If you look at Moshe Rabbeinu's birth, a man from Beis Levi took a lady from Beis Levi, and Moshe Rabbeinu was born. So he said a beautiful thought. He said, you see, Moshe Rabbeinu was born like anyone else, and he became a Moshe Rabbeinu. So I remember I asked my Rabbi Akashi, I said, but look at the Midrash. Rashi says, when he was born, it says Moshe Rabeinu nisma lekol habayis oil. The house was filled with light. So you see Moshe Rabeinu, like the Tani writes that he was from the Olam Atzilus. How does this work? So he didn't really have an answer. He said, listen, this is the Midrash, this is the Pashup Shah and the Pasuk, I'm giving you a thought. So this week, I finally found an answer. And the answer is found in a beautiful sefer, the Niflas HaTorah. He writes the following. There's another famous story about Moshe Rabbeinu. And this story is a tremendously revealing story about who Moshe Rabbeinu, how he started. The story is the following. It's in the Tiferes Yisrael, and it's controversial. The story goes the following, that there was a king, and he heard about Moshe Rabbeinu and all the incredible miracles, so he said, I want to know, what is Moshe Rabbeinu all about? So he sent one of his servants who was able to write pictures. He was an artist. So he made an artistic picture of Moshe Rabbeinu. He came back with a picture. The king brought all the advisors, and the advisors looked, and they saw based on the tzuras upon him, the faces and everything else, the lines. This guy is a Rasha Merusha. He has a nature of being such a negative and a thief and a mean guy. And the king was ready to almost like kill his servants. What are you talking about? This is Moshe Rabbeinu. How can you be saying it's? You guys don't know what you're talking about. To finally, the king said, I'm going to Moshe Rabbeinu. And the story is told that Moshe Rabbeinu went into the clouds, and he was able to speak to Moshe Rabbeinu, and he asked him the kasha, and Moshe Rabbeinu said, you are mistaken, and your servants are correct. I have the nature on the physical level of being the biggest Rasha, and it's such negativity, and it's only because I worked on myself that I became Moshe Rabbeinu. So this is a story in the Tiferes Yisrael, and there are at least two Sfarim Gedolim that wrote, how can the Tiferes Yisrael write something that's taken from Baba Maises, literally, from non-Jewish sources? There's no such story ever in Shas, in Midrashim. It's not true. However, you look in many Hasidic Sfarim, they say it is true. The Degemach Ephraim, the grandson of the Baal Shem Tov. They say it's absolutely true. And because they say it's true, so now you have to take the story very seriously. So then what's pshat in the pasuk? Vatere oisoi ki toivu. So they say, if you look very carefully, it says vatere oisoi. It should just say vatere ki toivu. No, because they weren't looking. Moshe Rabbeinu, when they saw him, they said vatere oisoi, where he's going to be. Oisoi, that Moshe Rabbeinu in the future is going to be amazing. And it's not right now. And in fact, right now his nature is very negative. And I have one more proof in this week's parasha. It says in the Yerushalmi that Moshe Rabbeinu, when he was learning 40 days and 40 nights, you know why it's 40 days and 40 nights? This is perhaps the most powerful statements that every school should teach. It says in the Yerushalmi, L'lamed es hatipshim, to teach the fools that if they say, I can't learn, you're wrong, because Moshe Rabbeinu every single day in the Har Sinai, this week's parasha, when he learned, he forgot everything. Zero, and Hashem had to teach him again. Okay, come on, Moshe. 40 days and 40 nights until finally Hashem gave it to him as a present. Good Shabbos.